In this video, we are going to build a simple but very educational desktop application using Python Tkinter and PostgreSQL. This project is especially designed for beginners who want to understand how a graphical user interface works together with a real database. We will build everything step by step, so don't worry if this is your first time working with these tools. First, we start on the PostgreSQL side. Before writing any Python code, we need a place to store our data. For this project, we create a simple table to store student information. After creating the table, you can click the refresh button in PostgreSQL and you will see that the table is created successfully. At this point, nothing is connected to Python yet. We are just preparing our database. Now the question is, how will Python connect to PostgreSQL? To do this, we need some connection details. In PostgreSQL, you can right-click on your database and go to the Properties section. Inside the Connection tab, you will find everything you need, such as the database name, user, password, host, and port. These values will be used later inside our Python code to establish the connection. Before we start coding, we need to make sure the required modules are installed. I already installed them earlier, so I won't run the installation again. If you are doing this for the first time, make sure you install the necessary modules so Python can communicate with PostgreSQL. Now we can start building the application. We begin by creating the graphical interface using Tkinter. First, we create the main application window, set a title, and define the window size. Then we add input fields where the user can enter a student's name and age. These fields allow us to collect data directly from the interface. Below the input fields, we place two buttons. One button will be used to add a new student, and the other button will be used to delete the selected student. At the bottom of the window, we add a list area. This list will display all the students that exist in the database. When we run the application at this stage, a window appears with input fields, buttons, and an empty list. The interface is visible and working, but the buttons don't do anything yet. This is expected because we haven't connected them to any logic. Next, we create a function that handles the database connection. This function uses the connection information we talked about earlier and returns a connection to PostgreSQL. The idea here is very important. Instead of writing connection code again and again, we reuse this single function whenever we need to talk to the database. After that, we move on to the main application logic. The first operation we implement is adding a student. When the user clicks the Add button, the application reads the name and age from the input fields. If one of the fields is empty, a warning message is shown to the user. This helps us avoid inserting invalid data. If the inputs are valid, the application connects to the database and saves the new student information. After the data is inserted, the input fields are cleared and the student list is refreshed. This makes the new record appear immediately in the interface. Then we look at how the student list is loaded. Every time this function runs, it first clears the list on the screen. After that, it connects to the database, retrieves all student records, and displays them one by one in the list. This keeps the interface synchronized with the database at all times. Deleting a student works in a similar way. The user selects a student from the list. If nothing is selected, a warning message is shown. If a student is selected, the application identifies the record and removes it from the database. After the deletion, the list is refreshed again so the change is visible immediately. Now let's talk about how the buttons know what to do. Each button is linked to a specific function. When you click a button, the corresponding function is executed automatically. This is how the graphical interface communicates with the application logic behind the scenes. Finally, when the application starts, we call the load function to fetch the data from the database. Let's run the application again and test everything. I enter a name and age and click the Add button. As you can see, the data is added and appears instantly in the list. I repeat this process and insert 3 different students. Now, if I select one of them and click the Delete button, the selected record is removed. So what happens if we close the application? I restart the application. Nothing is lost. All data is stored inside the PostgreSQL database. When we open the application again, the data is loaded from the database and displayed automatically. If you want to learn Python in a more structured way, I highly recommend checking the courses section on the channel. There are many free courses available for different levels, and if you want to support the channel, you can join and subscribe. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.